everyone, my name is Kristen. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is the Dahlia Society, where we talk about everything to do with creating your own wardrobe. Now I am following along with Jen from Jen's Sewing Room, and she does a hashtag every Friday for Friday Sews. Of course, we are a good day ahead of them here in Australia, so you may be seeing this on a Thursday, but it's actually Friday here in Australia. And that's New Zealand as well. So I think it's a great opportunity to talk about just what's been keeping us busy this week. A bit of a chit chat, a bit of an informal talk about anything that's been keeping us going in the whole sewing world this week. I hope you're all enjoying the new year. It's a very different year for most of us, and I know we are very fortunate here in Australia to be at the moment very good with our COVID numbers. But I feel for you guys that are in the UK, in America, in the whole world actually, that are in lockdown at the moment. I know it's a very, very tough and challenging time. And it really can test your mental health. It can test people that have severe anxiety. A lot of people live every week and every day with a certain type of disabilities that can keep them at home. So it's not till that you realise that you have certain things taken away that you can't do, just how important it is in a bit of a routine in our lives. And when we are forced to be in a lockdown situation, it really makes you look at what you need to keep you mentally healthy and also physically healthy. My new year has started off on a bit of a downer as far as health wise goes. I haven't been feeling the best. I suffer from colitis, and I know after I mentioned it in the previous episode, a lot of you guys had actually commented that you suffer from a lot of different bowel conditions or just are living with chronic pain or chronic conditions. New Year's Eve started off pretty good. We went out for a lovely Japanese meal for the whole family, and very quiet next day. And then I started wanting to do things like redecorating. I had to take a little bit of a breather at the start of the week from sewing, but instead of that, I was painting my bedroom. I decided to do a big repaint, and it's one of those things that's been hanging around for a few months because, of course, last lockdown, which was July through to October, I repainted a lot of the house. So the bedroom was the last thing to be done. So it's come up beautiful. I've put some ready hang curtains up and sort of spruced it up, and then come down with terrible pain from colitis. So I have got some new medication to start. So I really think it's crossed it works for me. I really feel for any of you who are living with any type of chronic pain and any kind of condition that keeps you housebound, means that you can't, it does really get in the way of a normal lifestyle, and also things like exercising. It prevents you just doing day-to-day things because it can come on very suddenly. So I am really hopeful that this medication will work for me. I'll show you a bit of footage of my bedroom, what I've been doing in there, and also in the garden, things that are blooming at the moment. So I haven't been sewing this week, but I have been painting my bedroom, doing a bit of redecorating. I've hung some new ready-made curtains that I've altered myself, and recovered some lamps that were pretty dull and boring. So the next thing I'm wanting to do is recover this light fitting, which is pretty easy to do with a hot glue gun. And Madam here on the bed, looking very comfortable. Choo-choo. No, fast asleep. And wanting to put a new rug eventually there too. So I just spruced it up and made it a bit more colourful. Now I've just recovered the bed head, which is actually an old table that we had years ago. This is the second covering I've had on it. I had a beige before that. This is a really nice dusky pink, kind of a velvety, just upholstery fabric I got really cheap from Spotlight. And I think it looks really nice with the teal as well. So very easy to do with a staple gun. And yeah, it's come up really, really nice because they're quite expensive to buy a bed head. So I think that's a really good, cheap do-it-yourself. We just need some artwork above the bed and I will be very happy. Just wanted to show you all the progress, how my dahlias are going. They're all growing really well. You can see all the buds forming. We've got some tomatoes coming up there as well. And these are all growing. We've had a lot of rain the last few days, so they are looking great. And we've got the first few flowers opening up here. This gorgeous one will be huge. And this is my other dahlia patch. These are always the first ones out and the last ones to go. They're not quite open yet. They'll have to be really fully open to be looking brilliant. As they do, they get quite large. And the yellow one, you can see it's just starting to open now. So looking great. And these ones here are all budding up too. Just starting as well. Now these liliums are looking really healthy. They are getting so big. They're actually taller than me now, but look at the colour in that. Now you'll notice the new hydrangea that I planted on one of my Vlogmas episodes a few weeks back is growing really nicely. And also the other liliums are all opening as well. That one is looking beautiful. And my favourite is this really tall pink, gorgeous. The smell of these are amazing. Now I had a few people warn me that cats, they are very toxic to cats, which is, yep, I do know that. And my cats are all indoors, so they won't be ingesting any of these. But they are absolutely stunning. And you can see the size of my hand. They are massive. So they need to be staked up. So I'm all good at the moment, and I am wanting to focus on some sewing this week just to help me get back into the swing of things. I find it, I really enjoy the mental side of sewing when life's busy and everyone's at home as well. I find it's my little zone out time. I don't know about you guys if you feel the same way, but it really helps me mentally relax. I haven't made too many plans for New Year's sewing. I did a little episode this time last year on being in a social media kind of world, how the pressure to make plans can be very overwhelming. A lot of sewers do put added pressure on themselves by making promises that they must have X amount of garments sewn up in X amount of time. I'm not one of those people. In saying that, someone did ask me for my top 20, how many garments did you actually make in 2020? I had to go back and recount actually through my Instagram catalogue there, and I was really surprised that I'd made 98 garments. Although I'm really proud to say I've made 98 garments, I don't think that it's the sort of thing that you should put pressure on yourself to make a certain amount of garments per year. A lot of what I sew is for channel content for you guys to be watching and giving you inspiration. So I don't think any person needs to have 98 garments in their wardrobe per year, but again, as I say, this is for my channel and for my content and to keep you guys all happy and sewing. I think it's very important to take the pressure off, to let the creative energy flow through you, and also have a few little ideas. I tend to have a little notebook, and I will jot down patterns that I really want to make, fabric that I really want to sew up, or if I have an idea for a certain garment in my mind, I will find the pattern fabric for it. And then I will jot all those ideas down in a notebook, and then I will usually start to prepare episodes a couple of weeks in advance, what I might want to bring you guys to show you. But I don't put that pressure on myself that it has to be done by a certain time, or I have to have X amount of episodes. I think with Vlogmas, one thing was it was great because it got more of a kind of a natural feel to the channel. You got to see sort of inside to my daily life. A lot of those episodes were things that I wouldn't normally do, so I think it was great to show you guys, just to take you out and about for the day and do special things. So it was a bit of a special time of year. So not every day for me is that exciting that I think I need to show you everything that I do. So I just think it's great to keep up with a couple episodes a week, just to keep up to date with what I'm doing. So what's on my cutting table this week? Well, I have just about finished a dress from Pattern Emporium. I'll show you the actual pattern. Pattern Emporium, of course, had the big 30% off sale between Boxing Day and New Year's, and a lot of you went to purchase through my affiliate link, so thank you very much for doing that. And I've got one of these patterns here I've just halfway made up, and I'm really loving the look of it. This is the Follow Me wrap dress. Made, of course, a lot of their patterns are knit patterns. They do have some woven patterns as well, but this knit dress is coming up a treat. It's not one I've seen a lot on the internet. The skirt, of course, is very pretty as well, so really excited to bring you that in the next episode. I'll show you exactly what I've done. Very pretty dress, very simple, but also a little bit feminine and a little bit flirty and flippy. I just think normally I go for maxi dresses all the time, so it's nice to have something a little bit different. Talking about Pattern Emporium patterns, I have got on my tiered maxi skirt here today, which is a beautiful woven pattern from them. If you haven't made it before, I think you're going to love this one. It's 3 tiers and some gathering, really gorgeous boho vintage inspired skirt. So I've made, over the past few years, I've made about 3 of these. And every time I wear it, I love it. It's a sort of skirt across the back elastic, which I love that too. The flat front just gives that nice kind of flat finish. But I love it that it's not too gathered and frilly almost. It's more just that loose gathers and the tiered. I think you could do a lot with mixing and matching patterns and work really well with this skirt. So with it, I've got on the Closet Core Patterns Cielo or Cello top, which of course is a fantastic boxy, simple style top in a linen. And I love that sort of length top with the beautiful tiered skirt. Now, another purchase I made last week that I'm really excited to sew is the Starlark Sorrento skirt. Now this, I'm loving the look of that little frill around the bottom. The fact that it's got the elasticized waist, really like that. But I also like that it's not too gathery and full around that middle area. It's nice and simple, but you're getting all that gather and frill around the bottom. So that is very exciting to be sewing that up as soon as I get my fabric that I've ordered from Drapers. Drapers Fabrics had a 30% off. They could still have a 30% off prints. And I've ordered some gorgeous fabric. I am loving Drapers Fabrics unusual prints. They've got the last sort of 6 months or so, I've found that there are so many really diverse different prints. So that gets me really excited. And also speaking to one of my beautiful viewers that actually mentioned with Spotlight that she knew that they had actually had a different buyer in sort of the last 12 months or so. And that could be why we're seeing so many really different fabrics and prints Spotlight. So it's very exciting to see some different stuff coming in there. So printed out, ready to put together the Pattern Emporium Starstruck, which is a beautiful tie front top. You can make that in different sleeve lengths, bishop, short, sleeveless. And on the Pattern Emporium Sewing Circle on Facebook, if you haven't joined that, I highly recommend you go and join that because you get to see what other makers have made in Pattern Emporium patterns. And that I've seen quite a few times, and every time I've seen it on someone, I've loved the way it looks. The simplicity, but with that lovely drapey tie at the front, I think works really well. Another thing I'm looking for, I really want to make a nightie, which is this beautiful Vogue pattern. And I know that the front, the first one here is a beautiful indigo blue. I want to find a nice, soft, maybe a bamboo cotton jersey. And I think that lace insert works beautifully. But if I can't find the lace, I'm quite happy just to do just the bamboo jersey itself. But love the look of that as well. So I've shown you that one before, and I really need a new nightie now. So that is top of my list. And a couple of bits of new fabric I just had to show you too before I head off. This is a lovely bamboo jersey from Tazuti. Tazuti Fabrics, one of my favorite fabric stores. Had a lot of trouble finding bamboo jersey. I think I've left it a little bit late in the season. But I found a beautiful, really brilliant red. This I'm going to make into a t-shirt top to go with that skirt from Starlark. That fabric I will show you as soon as it comes into. It's really going to look lovely. Simple red t-shirt. And in Spotlight yesterday, I found a few things I couldn't resist going through their bargain table. I actually went in to buy curtain hooks. I thought, I've got to spare half an hour. I can whiz around and have a look at their clearance table. Bit naughty. But I also found this beautiful cotton linen jersey fabric. I just think that'll make a gorgeous nightie. And I'm thinking about doing the Helen's Closet Luna tank in the nightie, like in the longer length for that one, because I do only have 1.5 meters for that. So that is going to be lovely and soft to wear. I really like a breathable cotton for our warm summertime here. And then I found some fabric that I actually had been eyeing this off for quite a while, and it's gone down, it was like $8 a meter on the clearance rack. And it's a really pretty print, linen, cotton linen, beautiful to wear. I've only got 1.4 of that, so that will have to be a top. Cockies always love it when you guys are here. This will be probably an Ashton top by Helen's Closet, or even maybe another Cielo cello top from Closet Core. So I will see how I go for that. I really want to make more tops. I've made so many dresses in the last month or so that now I'm finding I'm really low on the top side of things. I've got a few pairs of new pants that I've made and low on tops. So I'm thinking some Ashton tops with the new sleeve hack would be really lovely to wear. But I would love to bring you guys a top pattern episode with all of my favorite top patterns, some which I haven't made and some of I have made. Even though I've shown you my top 20 favorite makes of the year, the special beautiful fabrics, I will show you my top most worn makes. So there's a few in there I think you're going to be really interested in, and especially if you are in lockdown and you're wanting comfortable, easy to throw on things to wear that make you feel fantastic, that are easy to sew, and that you can really mix and match through your wardrobe to get the most wear out of all of your garments. There's a few things there I think you'll be really interested in. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you've enjoyed that, just a little catch up. I will have another episode in the next couple of days just to show you what I've been making. I always like to show you things that I'm in the process of making, or things that I've got fabrics coming in the mail. So a few little plans here and there, but nothing too pressurized as far as making myself make a heap of stuff, because I want to now bring you the things that I've been planning on making for a long time that I put on the back burner. And I'm also wanting to sort out my fabric stash and maybe get it nicely folded up now that my lounge and bedroom is much more organized. It kind of makes me look at my fabric stash and think, wow, that's a real mess, because I kind of like to rummage around through things, and I really enjoy making things without the pressure and just on a whim. Sometimes it's lovely to have a bit of fabric there and maybe a new pattern comes in, or a pattern you've wanted to make for a while, and then you'll think, I know the exact fabric I've got in my stash. So you can tend to sort of forget what you've got if the stash is in a bit of a mess. So that's one thing I am putting a bit of pressure on myself to organize that stash and keep it all nice and neat so I can see things, they can be more visible. Another thing I'm wanting to start for New Year is I would love to hear from you guys after each episode. If there's something that you want to make, something that's interested you for a while that you're dying to see made up, let me know, because it could just be a pattern that I've got that I haven't made up yet, and I've got quite a few patterns there that I haven't made. I've got most of my patterns I have, but there are quite a few there that I haven't, so I would love to see what you guys want to see me do. I'm really happy to be catering for you guys and bringing you inspiration that way. Great to catch up today, and lovely to have a chat because I've missed you guys over the last few days. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'm really keen to get sewing now because we've got a string of warm days coming up. I will be, fingers crossed with everything here in Victoria stays good at the moment, but I will be having a little bit of a getaway, and we go to our favourite little holiday destination in Phillip Island, which is Cowes, which is a beautiful beachside area. So I'll be taking the camera with me just to show you guys some beautiful beaches there, and just take you away from, if you're in cold winter at the moment and you like to see a little bit of summer weather, I can bring the camera and hopefully keep you company. So take care, happy sewing, and bye for now.